All right. We're back with another C1x development video. Let's try and clear out a little space here. Hopefully prevent my recordings from dropping on me. But it's been a while. I have been coding. I didn't film, honestly, because I just kind of forgot that this was something I was doing. It's a terrible excuse. But yeah, I did. We launched C1x. I took a couple weeks off and jumped in. It's been about 2 weeks now, but jumped in and started working on some updates. I take that back, actually. I think I just started the updates last week. So this has been very new. I haven't missed much. But we'll, I guess, walk through what I've been working on. Had the idea of, before I really even started building C1x, of eventually putting in some more detailed data. We talked about it a lot. Was still planning on doing that. I ended up, after I launched C1x, sending some messages out to a bunch of pros. Got some responses back that people were pretty excited about it, and also that they were looking forward to the more detailed data coming out. And that gave me, I was intending to take a longer break, but I got some of those messages and then felt a bit more motivated to get a jump start on it earlier. I did, in the process of implementing some of this stuff, added just a minor error pop up, so I was going to fix that. We'll refresh it, and then I'll run through what I've been working on so far. Yeah, so let's do this. Ooh, now we'll go after. So I had the issue where I'm passing what the last shot was to a new dialogue I'm building to track some information. This current hole kernel should work. Yeah. Let's go around information shot data. Current hole -1 is not empty. So that line should, whoa. That line should work for me. It's running into an issue just on once a hole was completed, where I was trying to call an index of an array that doesn't exist. So that's what we had to fix here. But that should be fixed now. So let's hit reset and let's start taking a look at what we got here. Give me a reset again. Let's go ahead and hit erase around here. All right, so goal with this to start with, C1x currently does this, right? Nothing has changed here. My goal right now is to implement new features without impacting this base usage of the app, because there's going to be some people who want the detailed stats. They want to know whether they're throwing forehands or backhands better. They want to know, which release angles they're hitting better, which flight paths, how well they're executing certain types of shots, all kinds of stuff that I'm intending to put in. But at the same time, there's lots of people who probably don't care at all about that stuff. They might be using C1x solely to get this view right here. They don't even care about this stuff. So I'm trying to implement these new features with the ability to not have them impact at all the current function of the app. So to start with, in the app settings now, I've got this new toggle, deep stats. That's what I'm calling it at the moment. If you disable deep stats, then C1x works exactly as you'd expect it to. It's still going to work largely the same way with the deep stats enabled, but you'll see how it differs. So the idea is that this is going to just start disabled, and only people that want to use it will enable it. They'll be able to customize how they're using it, but for people that don't want it, you just disable it here, and all of it goes away. But yeah, so you enable deep stats. Got a little filter view here. We're going to toggle which hand we're throwing with. I've got some more toggles to add here, but the idea is that people only have to log and see stats that they care about. So maybe you care about forehand versus backhand, but you don't care about any of the other stuff, then you can just turn that one on, and that'll be the only thing that shows. That's not fully implemented yet, but that is how this will ultimately work. So yeah, so this is going to be where people turn stuff on, and then when it's on, Now let's bear in mind here, this has been a work in progress. I've got a lot of stuff in. Some stuff looks okay. Most of it looks pretty bad. I do intend to prioritize the aesthetic nature of some of these deep stats. I want them to look pretty cool, pretty unique, but also simple to use and fit within the design theme of the app already. Putting that disclaimer in there because that's not how they look right now. So let's not judge the appearance too much here. First off, I haven't touched this at all, but we've got a weather selector. So that'll be something you can do at the start of rounds. Taking stats on how we're throwing different kinds of weather. When you enter shots now, we've got all kinds of information that I'm going to track. So this is all stuff I've done within, I think I started it maybe last Monday or Tuesday. So it's been about a week that I've been working on this. So the idea here is that we're going to log the type of shots that you're throwing. So forehand or backhand, overhand, standstill, a putt. Maybe you're like deep in the rough, you got to putt out. Patent pending shots. I'm going to break these out a little differently, but wanted to get all the options in there. And then we're also going to log the distance. Here we're going to track release angle. So roller to hyzer essentially if, so right now this is set as a righty. So, or no, I think I left it as left-handed. Yeah. So we've got like a lefty backhand on hyzer, lefty roller angle. If I go select forehand, this will switch. So now we've got lefty forehand hyzer. It's not super clear, I suppose, what the top of the disc is. So that might be something I change in the future. But the angle is flipping. Then we can select how good the footing is. Again, doesn't look great, but trying to get the basic idea in. Now we've got flight paths. So based on the release angle that you select, there's a number of flight paths you could throw. The lines look kind of like crap. I get it. Haven't dove into those too much, but the idea is that you'll be able to watch the disc travel on the path. Among the list of many things that I still need to do to make this better is make the lines look better and then also adjust the angle of the disc as it moves along it. But kind of the general idea of how that's going to look. And then here we've got execution grade for the intended shot. And then if you did mess up the execution grade, so what I intend to do is have this cursor clamp at solely the integers, so it can't finish in the middle, but it'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you select anything less than a 5, you can select how you missed it. Maybe it was left and you missed the release angle or something. This is also going to look differently, but again, getting the options in there. So hit skip. Some of that information is saving down below. I'm working on the tracking of that. This is going to be a shorter video. I just hopped on and realized that I hadn't recorded anything. One thing that I did put in today, and I haven't tested it yet, so this will be the first time it's probably going to break, is what happens. I want to create a different dialog for putting. So for putting under deep stats, I want to provide the option for people to select exact distances and then also indicate where they missed or made putts. So I have the dialog somewhat built in here. The error I just fixed was to pass the correct value. So let's erase the round. Let's go disable, just so I can verify that I am. Oh, it is only doing that if deep stats is enabled. Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. Let's go back and enable it. I think this did fix the issue that I was encountering. So the intent of that was now that I can pass what the last shot was, importantly, if the last shot was putting or not. So I've got my shot location here, which is what I need to check. And then where to do this at. Widget is for putting. So we're actually gonna get rid of this, and I'll determine this in the bar is. We'll go final is for putting equals widget all labels dot. Let's go check and see what was that? Round management, scoring management, scoring options. Scoring options, okay. So for it to be a putt, it would need to track this is actually going to be tough because I'm not doing it until after the fact. So I can't just pass the putting distances. I need to pass the entire shot data, I think. This should be something that I'm already kind of doing elsewhere, though. Let's go to the round scorecard here. Putting locations contains. So last shot is that. It's not going to help me. It's got to be in the basket, but then let's say, we skip this and then I go back to that. We just add it again. So maybe I should just calculate this here. I think I should. Do I track putting specifically already? So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to throw a flag in there to change the dialogue to the putting one when it needs to be. It should just be throwing from. If I could save that. 11 to 22 feet. Okay. This feels like something I might have created already, but I also may not have. Throwing count, throwing options, kernel, actual. Bar. Previous throwing from for deep stats. Deep stats. Okay, and then let's go down to the first one here. So before I update, 2 shots ago, more options, dialogue. Throwing options, throwing count. What variable am I actually displaying that with? Last. On the tee. It's in a row, if penalty graphic, if update throwing from. So I'm just using it as a function. Okay. And that doesn't happen down here, does it? Return more options content. Do I ever call update throwing from? I shouldn't, because I'm not even using it as a variable. It's just every time on set state that it happens. Oof. Length. Add throwing options to. Previous throwing from for deep stats is equal to throwing options. That should be fine. Let's just change this to be a little more clear. Last shot location. Just so I know exactly what that is. So I've got that. And then down here when I add this, that needs to become this. Oh, but I need to do it. I need to do it after the fact. Oh. That doesn't work, does it? I can't do it here. It needs to be after. So let me think about this for a sec. So I would need it to show here. Can I just do this? Just do it after I call the state. Update throwing from. Go back up to here. It's not equal to T. And then what, way down here, we do this. Does that work? And so instead of this, I need to use this. Right? This is gonna get a little dicey. Last shot location. Deep stats logging dialog. Okay, and then we take this and throw this at the end of the then statement. And I don't love it, but okay, so that's giving me this. So then for my scoring options, I should just be able to take putt distance options. Putt distance options contains widget.last shot location. Can't use it in an initializer. Okay, can I just move it down here? This for putting, and then this is going to replace my calls down here. love that, but I've got the print statements in there, so we'll see how off base I am. That was fairway. Okay. That one still gave me. This was the stack deep stats throwing dialogue. 52. Set state. Mark needs build. Marked. That's a new one. Following assertion. It's called during the build. I wonder why. I wonder if like I assume it's because of this. So if I just take it out of a set state, is that gonna be okay? I like out of habit throw everything in a set state just to make sure that my view always has the correct information, but let's try it. Fairway, skip. Still good there. No, I'm still getting that error. Deep stats throwing dialogue, deep stats throwing dialogue, 194. Mark completed is for putting. It's set up the exact same way, so I don't understand. Putting distance, dart, 30. This is an interesting one. I don't feel overly equipped to answer it. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So something's getting called is mark completed. So something about this. Let's maybe we drop this in. Hello widget is called within that file. Would this be causing the issue? Do I not have that elsewhere though? Putting distance, like shot distance. Maybe I don't know. Layout, widget unchanged. Only call change on the I see, so it's saying just only right there. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, I haven't seen what these widgets actually look like yet, but it definitely didn't quite build it the way I wanted them to. Okay. It is also showing it when I don't want it to. This is funny though. Okay, that's not crazy far off from what I need it to be. That is something to update here. Indexes to auto advance. Throwing indexes to auto advance. Final putting indexes to auto advance. Go away. And then we're going to do nothing right now. Hey, I don't create that until down there. This is my true false. So if all labels contains and or does not contain it, and throwing indexes to auto advance contains index. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let me get rid of that. This was the line of code I was running to just auto swipe the page. That one worked as intended, but it should not show putting there because that was a shot. Previous throwing from deep stats is equal to the fairway. Let's go back to the scorecard. I need to call this up here. Print previous throwing from, print update. All right, and then take me to the other version of this. Right there. All right, so this way I can see what value is getting passed. So I hit fairway. We got T. Fairway is value, but it should not be updated until after that happens. This is not within a set state. It is all within a set state. That probably needs to go outside the set state. Maybe that's my issue. Skip. So if I do this, it's the right value, but then it gets called again. Okay. So let's try this. We're gonna grab these. We're gonna take them out of the set state, and the way the set state works is that it will just force the entire view to rebuild if any value inside of it changes. Is this inside of a set state? Oh, it's all inside of a set state. Okay. How many set states do I have here? I might just need to do it there. Let's try that. Let's get rid of this. Let's do a reset. And then we'll try this again. T, fairway. Fairway and fairway. Dang. Fairway, fairway. don't think I have another set state outside of that. I want that call to happen. Let's call this one second, and then up here, that one's first, and then we've got bottom down below. Okay, let's try this again. Get a little more information here. Second, bottom. Okay. If I do it again, second, bottom. Sounds working as intended. If I hit that, that already loads. Okay. So I updated here, I print bottom, but then by the time it gets to this, it's already changed. Oh, I know why. It's because of the, no, it's not because of that. Previous thrown from. Shouldn't be from that. Print. Call this very top. 2. And then 1 up here, but that shouldn't be getting initialized. That shouldn't matter. Let's reset it again. This is confusing me. Very top already has a new value. I did it up above, right? So thought, maybe that line is just the issue, because I am already initializing it down below, so I may just not need that at all. I did a really good job early on of keeping this fairly simple. There we go. Okay, so now I'm getting the right thing. If I skip, and then in the basket, oh, that gives me a shot though. Okay. No, I just don't get it at all. Created a new issue. All right. So bottom C1. So that's only getting called once? First is that. But if I update throwing from, then So we might need to do this. No, not set state. Previous thrown from equals update thrown. All right, take 2, take 3, take something. Wait, was that? Hold on. Let me go back here. Maybe I was confusing myself. Maybe it was working as I expected it to. Because when you're using C1x, if I hit fairway, normal shot. If I say I landed in circle 1, that was a throw. But the next shot should be a putt. That's the one that should be a putt. I don't think it's gonna work, but that's worth a shot. No. I could even, just to probably make this cleaner, take this outside of the set state. Let me try that. I feel like I'm kind of just guessing at this point. Yeah, I just never get it. All right, so that didn't help. Should not be that hard. I'm overthinking this somehow. Second is here. Bottom is here. First is there. So even there, it's not giving me what it should. What I am hoping that it is. maybe I only do this at the very top. Like maybe this only happens. Not there. Not change whole par. I'm gonna try that, so the only spot that I'm updating it then is outside of the set state, I think. That worked. Yeah, so like if I'm on the tee and I say that my shot landed at the edge of the circle, that was a throw. But then the very next shot, it knows that I'm putting. Right, so even if I like landed in the circle and then I say like fairway, I still get the putt distance. That's great. Okay, fixed it. It looks bad, but this is the direction that I'm going to go in. We'll probably try and keep these on video moving forward, but we at least got the dialogue popping up at the right time. So next steps are going to be to clean all of this up just in terms of appearances. Yeah, this is supposed to have actual circles, and it does not. So we'll figure that out. And then I need to implement some new toggles in here. There's still lots to do, but I think it is going to come together pretty fast. So I might continue on occasion to do a little work off camera, but I'll always recap it in the videos. Get back into doing this a little bit more regularly, at least until the update's finished. Yeah. I'm gonna call it there for today. Probably just start a new update series on YouTube, and that's what we'll throw these under. It's a new series, video 1. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there for today. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.